Choose you.
Wake up, I gotta go get it. Wake up,
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? College Couch Podcast now in session. 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 Week the first round of the college football playoffs is behind us. We had an eventful first round of college football playoffs. Now let's get into
Absolutely.
these quarterfinals, right? Let's get into the quarterfinals. We got some stuff to talk about. We got some things we got to get off our chest. I know Stacks got some thoughts about the first round and how it went with James Madison and Tulane being first round exits. And so we're not gonna waste no time. We ain't got no headlines because everything is bowl season and college football playoffs. And we're gonna get straight into these recaps. Let's start off with none other than this Alabama Oklahoma game. Now, Stacks and I always throw the notion out of no team in college football playoffs ever, or not even the playoffs in a regular season. If you see a team twice, it's always that feeling of you're not going to lose twice to the same team, right? I mean, we've seen it time and time again, unless you're Georgia and Texas. Now that's a different story. But with this this Oklahoma and Alabama rematch, we saw a different Alabama team. I mean, Alabama showed like, hey, we it's a different team, right? And I know I've talked a lot about this Alabama team. I've talked about how they may not be championship ready, and I mean I still don't think they're championship ready. But
Right.
to go to Norman, Oklahoma, in front of a very hostile environment, and not only come back and win,
Right.
that's a little resilience. I like what I saw. I will give credit where credit is due. I'm never gonna just kick a horse while it's down, so to speak. But I mean, talk to me. What did you think about this Alabama performance in against Oklahoma?
Uh, shaky,
Mhm.
shaky, but uh, it's been pretty much what we've seen from them
Mhm.
all season, outside of Florida State. Um, they are up and down. They rely solely on Ty Simpson to do everything. You know, they can't run the ball. They things like that. So Um, it was more or less the same. And honestly, if I'm being honest, Oklahoma had their number for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But as we all know, great coaches make adjustments. They didn't go to the run a whole lot or things like that. I mean, the running back still made a couple plays or whatever, but for the most part, uh, yeah, it was one of those things where somebody else had to step up outside of the main three people we always talk about. Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard, I forget the other guy's name, Horton.
Mhm.
Him, like we knew everybody was gonna lock in on them. So, for the freshman to ball out like he did, I think he had 2 or 3 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
That opens up everything else because now you got to guard him. So that opens up Jeremy. That opens up, you know what I'm saying, Horton, things like that. And I think as good as the offense played in the second half, I think the game ball has to go to the defense because they were getting cooked
Mhm.
in the first half, but they settled in and made Oklahoma have to work for it. But yeah, I mean, good performance, gritty win. As
Yeah.
far when I say good performance, I mean you came out on top. So that's the ultimate goal. That's what makes it good. I don't care how bad you play, you win a game. That's the ultimate goal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you always know you got stuff to clean up. Like as perfect as you can play, you still got stuff to clean up. So
Right.
for a first round win, it's good. You played a familiar team. That's awesome. Um, but the style of play that they have, I don't think is sustainable for the playoffs because everybody knows what to do. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, they know what to do. They know they're going to throw the ball. They know they have no run game. They know the line is not aggressive, but also kudos to the line for that first round because they stepped up in the end. Um, but yeah, so um, Yeah, I mean, I just think it was just typical Bama fashion. They just didn't run out of gas. They just didn't put no gas. They foot to the gas. You know what I'm saying? Till late. Oklahoma pretty much gave it all gas and ran out at the end. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the tortoise and the hare. It's like, all right, we staying close, keeping it close. You know, playing at our pace, figuring stuff out, and then they made it happen. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, two key guys that came back was their tight end. I can't pronounce his last name. And also Jan Miller, of course. But Jan Miller only 7 carries and
right,
11 yards, and I mean
right,
they had to really depend on that backup running back for Alabama, but also with their tight end coming back. I mean he's a huge guy, and I mean he really helps that offense get back in the flow. And I mean he was even playing with like some type of device that he had on like that wrapped around his ankle to his foot. And I mean, so when you get guys like the tight end to come back and really get some more offensive productivity going, that's a help. But defensive coordinators they scheme for stuff like that. I mean, especially when you're looking at this injury report, you're gonna
right,
see, okay, all right, so I know this guy. He's a big time factor in this offense. So let me just scheme for him just in case he does come out. But I
right,
think for Jan Miller's case, because he didn't even play in the SEC championship, so I think for his case, he may have been rushed back a little early. I don't know if he's 100%. But for the wide receiving core for Alabama, I mean, when you have Brooks and Horton, two guys like that, I mean, you're going to go into the game already thinking, all right, I need to prepare for either Ryan Williams or Jeremy Bernard to have the game of their lives. But then you also have to remember you got two guys like Brooks and Horton who can score at will. I mean, Brooks had 2 touchdowns against Oklahoma. So, I think the receiving core for Alabama is definitely coming together. It's come together over the season, but man, it's like you got two guys right here who are like top of the SEC, but then you also have two like really low key threats realistically
right.
on this offense, on this receiving core with Brooks and Horton. So, I mean, man, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm sitting here scratching my head like, hey, I got to plan out for anything because if I leave Brooks and Horton uncovered, that means Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams are going to have the game of their lives. If I game plan, spending all my time on Ryan Williams and Derek Bernard, then Brooks and Horton, like it's almost like, dang, like how in the world do you game plan for a receiving core like that, man? Because you never know, and then you still got to worry about tight end. So I will say, if defensive coordinators plan accordingly to what the receiving core looks like for Alabama, I don't see a reason why you can't win or defend or beat Alabama. But I mean, until that, man, you gotta come up with something. So this was a definitely not only I mean it was a must win for both games, but it was definitely a must win for Alabama, especially bringing in some key pieces, like that back into the rotation of things. So, but as far as like just moving forward. Alabama definitely has a tough test, with Indiana. I mean, this is no slouch. This Indiana team is no laughing joke, no laughing matter. I mean, this is an Indiana team that has shown time, like they have shown within a year's time, like, hey, we're here. Like, this was a team that was supposed to be in it last year, but they started to fall, and so they unfortunately didn't make it in. But man, a complete 180 with this Indiana team. So hey, I'm excited to give a preview about this game, but that's just kind of how I wanna wrap up this Oklahoma game. I mean, I really don't know what to expect or what Oklahoma may have up their sleeves going to next year. I don't know where any of the status of that team lays right now. I mean, it's still a lot of coaching carousel, a lot of transfers going on right now. But man, I genuinely do not know. I can't tell you because I had high hopes for this Oklahoma team. I really thought they were going to do it, but hey, all is fair in love and war in SEC, I guess. So yeah, man. But let's hop over to this. What a disgusting game between A&M and Miami.
Yeah,
Like,
numbers wise, absolutely. But I mean, the wins were
yeah,
ridiculous. Like, I mean,
yeah. I didn't
it's
even
hard to do
realize.
anything. Like, it's hard to do anything with that amount of wind. Like, I mean, even throwing the ball,
Yeah,
it's like throwing a loose leaf piece of paper. Like, sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. Like, you don't know where
right.
the wind is gonna carry it. Like,
Yeah,
So, and even with the field goals, like that plays a part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people be like, "Well, oh, you get that. This is what you going to school for. This is what you get paid for. All of this." But it is hard to kick a little flimsy football in 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 mile winds. I know they weren't at that high, but they were very high. You know, it's hard because I mean, it's hard. Like, I mean,
yeah,
that's where your geometry comes in, and you gotta figure out you got to kick it to the left so it swing
right.
right, but then you got to kick it to the left just right. Because if you
Mm,
don't, then it's gonna swing too far. Like, I mean, there's so much that you got that goes into that when it's windy like that. So, I'm not even gonna lie, it was a snooze fest, especially in the beginning, because I think both teams had a game plan going in, but the
yeah,
wind just shifted everything,
yeah.
everything,
It was
and
it was.
and
I was just saying it was so bad because if you watch College Game Day and they're the kids that do the $1 million kick, the kid had two opportunities and the wind took both of them. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
right, and it
I
looked like they
was
were both going in.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
it's just one of those situations, man. But see, that's where, in my opinion, coaching and grit come in because now you have to rely on the run because A&M, what has been their strength this season,
Mm,
passing the ball, Marcel Reed, those speedy, shifty receivers, that has been their strength.
mm,
So when that strength is taken away from you, now you have to scramble and adjust, you know what I'm saying, and just try to figure out ways to make plays. Well, Miami, same thing. Their strength has been their receivers and all of that. Run game has been kind of up and down, kind of shaky. But what they did was say, you know what? We're going to give it to our ball players. We're going to give it to our running backs. We're going to give it to our best player. We're gonna get him in space. We're gonna wildcat him. We'll get him in a jet sweep. We're gonna figure out ways to get our game players the ball without shooting ourselves in the foot and throwing this mug downfield. Because if you notice, he didn't. Carson Beck didn't throw the ball a lot. He didn't throw a lot of yardage. But he also didn't make the big turnover because I think had they stuck with the pass, it would have been a lot more turnovers, and I think A&M possibly would have won just
mm,
because it was so much. You know what I'm saying? Win. I think a lot of those passes, much like Marcel Reed, would have gotten picked because they kept trying to throw the ball. They
mm,
kept trying to make something happen, but Miami figured it out, which is not that hard.
mm,
It's windy, balls in the air. It's gonna shift, which he did a lot with Marcel Reed.
mm.
So they went. Miami went to the run, and boy, did it work. And the line stepped up because everybody kept calling this line weak and not strong enough, and they had no grit. But they stepped up. They
Yeah.
stepped up, made it happen. I mean, and what I liked about this game for Miami is that they never let the mistakes dictate the outcome. Every
Mm,
time they made a mistake, they figured out ways to move past it and to move on to the next play. A&M, it was kind of stuck in the mud. Like, what do we do? Like, I think they were pressing a bit. But yeah, one of the weirdest games I've seen as of late. But the wind, I mean, you kind of gotta respect the game. I mean, in Miami, uh, I don't know if they shut a lot of people up or shut down any haters, but they won. They
mm.
won their first playoff game ever. And a lot of people thought they weren't gonna be in, much like Bama. So don't matter how the win look, long as you get a win. You
Right.
know. Nope. You
Yeah,
win a championship, ain't nobody be gonna be like, oh man, they barely won. No, they gonna be like they won. I mean,
yeah.
so
I, I will say this for Miami's case, there is a beautiful thing in Miami, Florida, when you have the talent of Malachi Tony, a freshman sensation who a lot of people have underestimated and not talked about all season. I mean, this kid is going to be a star in the making. I mean, next season is going to be his for the taking. Malachi Tony has done some things that I don't even think the human mind can comprehend because it's just so much talent in this kid, man. So I mean, him getting the only touchdown of the game. I mean, in the final really seconds of the game, and I mean, really taking this Miami team to not only the next round, but really making them known because Miami was supposed to lose this game. Like, let's be honest, Miami was supposed to lose this game, and luckily for me, I picked the upset. I knew Texas A&M couldn't do it. Listen, everybody was rooting for Texas A&M. I had been saying Texas A&M was going to do it, but there was something telling me after Texas A&M lost this game against Texas, Texas A&M can't do it. And so I picked Miami for the upset. I
well,
definitely
you got a lot of help from the win. I would definitely.
yeah
I
yeah
think if the playing field was even, and I think that if it when I say playing field being even, like if had the wins been different or
yeah
had well, just we'll just leave it at the wins. Had the wins been different and been like calm or whatever, I personally believe Texas A&M would have won.
mm-hmm.
I because that frees you up. That would have freed them up to play their game.
yeah
You know what I'm
yeah
saying? Um, but
yeah yeah. And
but I mean,
I mean
but then again, I believe that, but
mm-hmm.
I also know this is football.
Mm-hmm.
Football ain't played inside unless you got a dome. Like I mean, that's just being real. And the
yeah
only way you play in a dome is how advance in the playoffs. So you know what I'm saying. So I mean, that's like you ain't start playing in the dome unless you was in a high school championship or something. And even then, a lot of these players have not played in that, so you know that you had to prepare for the wind, prepare for the rain, prepare for the snow, prepare for the heat. Like
mm-hmm.
this is part of it. So I can't make that excuse, but I do believe that A&M probably would have won had the weather been better. I think they would have. Just because across the board, in my opinion, from quarterback to running back to receivers, as a whole, I think A&M is the better team.
yeah
But individual player, I think Miami has them like with Tony. Like I think that he can do so much. I
mm-hmm.
think running back is better. All of those type of things.
yeah
But so yeah, just kudos for both of these teams making their first playoff appearance. Shout out to Miami finally getting back to the culture that they've been searching for since the Ray Lewis days and things like that. I mean, so yeah, I mean, it's smooth to get the first one. Now the real grind begins. So
yeah. It's been cool. I will say it's been cool seeing Irving on the sidelines. Really getting the guys a chance.
absolutely, absolutely,
Really,
that's what
really
you want.
being there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
been
what you
awesome
want.
sight.
That's what you want that excitement. That's why we
Yeah,
love college football, and that's what is getting away from college football. Is that excitement and that passion for a team. Like you don't hear people like being proud to wear whatever is on their chest. You know what I'm saying? It used to be if you played for Georgia, you was proud to be a Georgia Bulldog. If you was an Auburn player, you was proud to be an Auburn player. If you was Bama, you was proud to be that. Like Ty Simpson, he's one of the few that I've seen is proud to be a player that plays for Bama. Like he believes in Bama, he believes in his team, he believes in himself. That's what college football has been in the past. It's just not that anymore. So you
yeah,
love to see. A lot of people say he's annoying on the sideline. To me, if I was playing, I would love that energy. That if he can be that height all game long, the least I could do is run through a joker. I'm just being honest.
Come
I'm just
on.
being honest. You
Let's
know,
be real. If for the people that are saying that it's annoying, you mean to tell me if you had a Hall of Fame receiver on your sidelines, not only showing up, first off, let's he is showing up for his alma mater. It's half of these alma mater, it's half of these Hall of Famers that won't even come back to the school or donate money, not even $1. And you mean to tell me you have Michael Irving on the sideline every game, home or away, to support these young guys to get them back into the spirit of playing football for Miami? Man, get out of here. That is peak. That is peak support. That is peak being a part of this program. That's peak hands on. I mean, I love it. I love it. I support it. Keep doing it. If that's what it's gonna take to keep Miami in these playoffs and keep Miami relevant, continue doing it. I'm all in for it, man. Michael Irvin, keep doing what you're doing for 100%, 100%, 1000%. Yes, but yeah, but for A&M's point, I don't know. I think a lot of A&M fans are now starting to question this whole contract extension thing. I think me and you both questioned it as well. I mean, because it was the same day that they almost failed to South Carolina, and I mean that many years for that much money, and also you have a near loss to South Carolina. You lose to Texas in a state rival that next weekend, and now you lose in the first round of the playoffs by only 7 points. Not a good look. I mean, it's not a good look
I
at all.
mean, I mean, when A&M has never made playoffs, A&M has struggled before Elko got there. A&M has been up and down before he got there. Like A&M has never dominated. You know what I'm saying? Since Johnny Manziel. Like when I say, I'm not saying they don't put out good players. I'm not saying they haven't had great players. I'm just saying they haven't put it together to be in that conversation. Like they were they were a game away from making the SEC championship, which I still think they should have been the ones playing for. Um, they ran into a Miami team on on a bad day with bad conditions. Like people say that, but see, college fans, all fans, contradict themselves because they are mad. Like prime example, they're mad that he's getting all this money with the extension, and he's turned their program around from what it was when Jimbo Fisher had it. You know, but then they also get mad when Lane Kiffin turns the program around, but then leaves and goes to a bigger program. So you can't have it both ways. Like good coaches are hard to come by. Like trust me, I know. We've been struggling. We've had three or four coaches. So Auburn has had 3 or 4 coaches. So good coaches are hard to come by. So when you get one, you lock it down. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's prime example. Indiana's coach. He hasn't won a playoff game yet. You know, last year he started hot, ended poorly. This year he's been hot. He made a good run and beat some good teams. But he still has not won a playoff game. But everybody's hype about him, you know what I'm saying, doing all of these things. So what's the difference? Because at this point they got the same amount of championships in the playoff conversation.
Mhm.
But that's what I'm saying. Like college fans, we pick and choose when we want to throw that. You know, that's too much. So that's you know what I'm saying. But let it be a player. It's the same thing. So I mean, I'm not mad at it. Now, if he was doing poorly, you know what I'm saying, and A&M was you know 6-6 or still didn't make the playoffs or you know what I'm saying wasn't hanging in with these teams. I mean, absolutely, that's too much. But he's been right there. Like A&M ended the season ranked top 10. When the last time you seen A&M ranked top 10 at the end of the season? Exactly. Right. So you know what I'm saying. So you got a good coach who's shown that he can win in the SEC, that he can make the playoffs, and he can be in the conversation. So you got to kind of lock that down because there ain't a lot of good coaches. You know what I'm saying that have been proven in whatever culture you have for your team or for your school. So I'm not
Yeah.
mad at it. I mean, people gonna have their opinion, but that's just me. You know.
Yeah. Well, I do want to leave off on this. I mean, Running back Lavian Moss for Texas A&M. Yeah, I don't know because he ended up getting hurt, and I really feel like if he would have got going, I don't even know. Quite frankly, that would have to be a question that we asked. Some of the people like was he rushed back or was he fully healthy? Because I mean that exit he made, you could tell he was in some pain, and so
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know where his status lies as far as I think I want to say I feel like he is done. I think he goes into the draft. Um, yeah, I think he goes into the draft this year. So I think that's still TBA. But yeah, man, I hate that for him. Um, still a good receiving core from A&M. I hate I really
Absolutely.
hate I hate that they got the loss because of how talented the team was. But man, you gotta pull some stuff together, especially with that defensive front, man. You don't lose like that at home,
Right,
especially
right,
when you know the ball has to be ran because they're not going to pass the ball anymore. So
right,
yeah, man, that's
right.
unfortunate. That's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate way to lose at home to end your season. So but yeah, all right. Hey, you know what time it is. This is the game you've been waiting for. Let's talk about this Ole Miss Tulane game. Also, before we talk about this, I want to say how insane it is that everybody has literally put this game like so far under like people. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like people forgot that these two teams played earlier in the season, and I feel like I talked
Because
about
it
that
ain't nothing to talk about.
on the last episode. I know it's not nothing to talk about, but at the same time,
'Cause-
it's just a simple fact that these teams have played each other already, and we saw the
Right,
outcome. I mean, we saw the outcome
right,
already.
right,
It's just
right.
funny to me. It's
And
funny.
that's why people are mad. The outcome was the exact same. First time, blowout. Second time, blowout. Like I mean, like I get it. It's hard to beat a team twice, but when you just got that much more talent, you know what I'm saying?
That's so crazy.
Like that
Tulane scored
it's
the same
different.
amount
It's
of
levels,
points. They
huh?
scored the same amount of points they played in the first time.
Right. It's the same thing. Like I mean, like and Ole Miss. Guess what? Ole Miss doesn't even have a head coach. They didn't have a head. They don't have their head coach. So,
Well, technically they do.
well, I'm saying like Lane was the head coach at the time
Yeah,
when they beat him the first time. Now they got a
yeah,
new head coach, and they still did the same thing.
yeah, yeah.
Again, why are we? Why are they even in? All I got to say about this game, Ole Miss looked the part. They looked very good. We expected it. They played exactly how we expected them to. They came out hitting. They never stopped. They never let up. Keep on firing. Now you got them dogs that barely beat y'all. So what y'all gonna do now? That's all I got to say about it. Cause it's not really much to say. Ole Miss, they did what they wanted to. They threw the ball down the field. They threw it short. Got up the field. Got all the way down the field. They ran the ball and they got it's nothing else to talk about.
bro,
Like,
bro,
okay, well,
it's
Tulane, yes, you showed up. Hey, man, you got your playoff appearance. Whoop de doo. That's all I got to say about that.
and now John
I mean,
Summerall is gone.
he was coaching, so I can't
I
even.
know
You know
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm just
saying?
saying, but now he's gone.
Right. So he could have went on and start preparing for Florida at this point. I'm just playing. I'm just being real. I mean, you literally just showed up. You know what I'm saying? To get embarrassed right before you leave. Like, I mean, say what you want. You could have just been preparing for next year. I'm just being real. It's almost like you didn't even show up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's
I'm
unfortunate.
just being real.
That's unfortunate. But
Yeah.
and lo and behold, the game that everybody thought was gonna probably be worse was probably one of the more exciting games of the night. JMU and Oregon.
And yeah. So I mean, we knew it was gonna be lopsided. I personally think the only thing that kept JMU hot is because they never lined up in the same formation twice in a row.
Mm.
They ran 4 or 5 different formations that they kept Oregon guessing. They kept them moving. They kept them all over the place. But With that being said, they did all that to try to confuse them. Oregon still made play after play, and then once Oregon got up by so much, I personally think they let off the gas. Like, I think
Yeah.
JMU looked very good. They look better than Tulane, absolutely. But I personally think JMU looked good because Oregon was kind of coasting after they got to a certain point. Like, I mean, I could just tell in the body language of Oregon that they were like, okay, we know we got this thing, but we got to go play all the rest of the game out. So let's do whatever, you know. So you know what I'm
I
saying. So
really,
I mean, yeah,
I really want Dante Moore to understand that bro, Dante Moore, man. I feel like he's really almost he's he's just in the same boat with Michigan's quarterback Bryce Underwood. Y'all gotta realize y'all are way too talented to play the way that y'all play, man. There's no reason why you should have gave up 2 interceptions against JMU. No way. No way. 4 touchdowns. I mean, the 4 touchdowns make up for it, but 2 picks, no. Uh-uh. You gotta
right,
realize, man, y'all arm talent is key. Like you are literally this is Bryce Underwood just on a better team. It's just a way better Bryce Young. Bryce Underwood.
absolutely,
So yeah, it's. I mean, man, I really hope he realizes, like, hey, going into playing this next round game, man. Listen, you gonna have to bring it. You gonna have to bring it, man, because
absolutely. Right,
you
that's
you
what I think they coasted. They kind of coasted.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the game was won pretty
Yeah.
much. So you know what I'm
He
saying. I mean,
his
he's got to play. He played great. I mean, well, he played good. You know, he had
yeah
a couple mistakes, but I mean, he got the W playing against a lesser opponent. You know, y'all basically blew him out. They just
yeah.
scored more than you would have liked them to, but I mean,
Texas
hey,
Tech
you
ain't gonna
moving
play
on.
with you, man. Texas Tech
Oh,
ain't gonna play
absolutely
with you.
not. And I
They
think
ain't
I
gonna
think the game
play with
plan
you.
is gonna be different.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be more of a complete game for them, like win or lose. Just because
Yeah.
listen, I mean the talent level, like it goes from you know what I'm saying to like you probably gonna beat this team. Like
Hmm.
let's be real, So yeah, I mean I don't got too much to say about that one.
Yeah.
So shout out to JMU for finally getting into the playoffs, and they didn't look bad, but their entire team basically is in the portal. So
Man, that's all I'm just gonna add. Bro, JMU
so
played, bro, that quarterback played such a complete game. He said, all right, I played the game I need to play. I'm about to go into the portal. I can go
right,
and
right,
do this
right,
against Oregon. No, who knows what I can
right.
do in the
Right.
actual NCAA, man? That's crazy.
Absolutely.
That is
Because
crazy.
I personally believe they see how hard it would be to go through the playoffs and
Yeah.
you don't have that talent like that. Like I mean, think about it. Like I'm not even going at the stars, just the amount of talent like that you have
Yeah.
to face. Like you going against the Oregon with the big resources. You going against the Georgias, the Ohio States, the you know what I'm saying. Any of those teams that have all the resources, have all the talent, have been here before. You know what I'm saying, and have these elite coaches. Like I mean, it's hard for a team with a whole lot less resources, not just less, but a whole lot less resources to win that. Like, I mean, have we if we saw upset, that'd have been beautiful. But that's a special group. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just my take. I mean, I figured some of them jokers was gonna leave, but a lot of them jokers left.
Right.
They won't be back. I put it like that. They're not
Oh yeah,
coming
no.
back next year. Like
Absolutely not.
they,
No.
like they're not
No way.
playing in the playoffs next year. So
No way.
kudos for them for making it. Their team made history for their school. So
Yeah.
them and Tulane. So I can't get mad at it. But we knew this was gonna happen. That's why I was so freaking upset that they made it in.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Also, before we go into these previews, can we just talk about how big of the gap
No, Jackson, go. Jackson.
Can we talk?
You too.
Hey Jack,
Go.
how are you? Um, can we just talk about how big of the gap there is between the first round into the quarterfinals? Like, bro, we're talking 10 days from the last time we saw football. Like 10 whole days, 10 calendar days.
And,
Like
and even longer than that for the teams that had the bye week.
insane. So we're talking
Exactly.
teams that have the bye week, literally 2 weeks of preparation before they see their first game or their next game. That's crazy. That is so crazy. I really hope, and I know it's been talked about a lot, but man, we really got to do some adjusting to this count. I mean, to this whole playoff schedule because we really could. If we're being honest, there is no reason why there can't be a game the Saturday or the following Friday after Christmas. It's not like the guys can't go that far anyway because they have to, come back to campus to be able to board the planes or buses
Well,
to go to
well,
the next game.
well. See that's tricky because you want your players to be able to go see family or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
you know how you fix that, right? Expanding the
Are you about to
playoffs.
say it? You got it. Yeah.
That's how you fix that.
Yeah.
That's how you fix it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm against
So
it, but
you know,
I get it. I get it. I
I
get it.
like. I mean, I just don't see like for me with that, and then we'll move on.
Mhm.
I just don't see the point of a top 25 ranking is you gotta if you're getting ranked and you're still not being able to at least compete for one. You know, that's just me. That gives less days off, more evens the playing field in the sense of the amount of rest time that you have. Like because I mean, to be honest with you, the team with the bye week, that's entirely too much time. It's entirely too much time. And then you combat that, then the team that plays, they get less time break, but they still get a week. Cause all to me, all you need is that week. You know what I'm saying? To have off. So for me, it should be every week after conference championship, every week playoff game. You know what I'm saying? So and then if you're the SEC championship, you have a week or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You have 1 week off, and then like how NFL does it, wild card week, the top seeds skip a week, and then they
Mhm.
play that next week. So something like that. I don't know how you will put it, but just to me, there's entirely too much time. Yes, players get
Yeah.
healthy in that time, absolutely. But think about how much time you're off, like to get your mind adjusted back to play. Because think about it, beginning of the season, we see a lot of terrible football. Why? Because there's been so much time off.
Mhm.
Because nothing prepares you for live action like live action. And I'm not just talking about offense versus defense. I'm talking about you're playing a team that's not your team, and they're giving you a look. They're giving you your all. That's what I'm saying. That's why everybody progresses every week because they get time. They play consistently. Then they get the bye weeks. They get one bye week. Boom, rest. Play some games. Get another bye week. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. So that in that time you can recruit. You know what I'm saying. But you're still accustomed to suiting up every Saturday. So I don't know. That's just my take. But anyway,
That's a.
yeah,
I think that's a very great point that you just brought up. I mean that is perfectly well said. I mean, you're right. When the season starts, there's so much horrible football played, but also at the same time, there's also the factor of okay, we probably don't need to put our first strings out for this first game. I mean, of course, as much as we want to see our first string or second string, I don't know. It doesn't. Regardless of what it is, there has to be something put into place as far as how long we go with this college football playoffs because man, it's almost been like there's days where I'm like, okay, we're watching bowl games, but why is there not a playoff game right here? Like in this slot
right.
or
You literally
do
could
it like
sprinkle a
the Miss
couple of the
playoffs.
games. Right. You can sprinkle a
every
little bit
other
of the
day or
game, like
something. I don't know.
right. Like on the 22nd, you get this game, and then you get a bowl game, then you get the next day you get playoff game, or like
Right.
you because they're essentially the playoff games are bowl games. They're just en route to something better. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. That's a game. That's a bowl game that you win to get to the next bowl, which is a higher weighted bowl. And then you win that one, and then you get to the national championship. So you get breadcrumbs, and then you get to the loaf. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's just you know what I'm saying. It's how it is. But I mean, I definitely think because I mean the whole thing would be how I look at it. It just get better every year. Like first
Yeah.
year you got grace because the first time we had 12 teams in the playoffs. It was it was I. You know what I'm saying? It was fun, but it was a lot of tweaking that I felt should have been done. Then you get to this year, and it's like, what tweaking have you done? You made it worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, something's got to be done. Something's got to
Yeah.
be done.
Agreed. Agreed.
Something got to be
Well,
done in the
hopefully,
entire college football scene, but that's another story, different
some got to be
episode.
done in
So
college athletics in a whole, but that's another conversation for another day. But
yeah,
we'll we'll
especially
we'll
football.
we'll, we'll,
Jeez.
we'll get into that. We'll have to get into that in the off season, man. We're gonna have to bring some folks on
Oh,
and
absolutely,
have that
absolutely.
conversation. So, but yeah, let's get into these previews, man. Let's start off with the Wednesday matchup: Miami and OSU. The Because people gonna be like, bro, who is OSU? The Ohio State University.
Man,
Um,
OSU. I didn't go there.
right,
I
right. But
I don't root
anyway,
for them.
right, right, right. But anyway, what a matchup! What a matchup! Carson Beck versus Julian Satan. Man, I genuinely, I don't know. I don't know what way this game is going to swing. I really don't. I would
I
love to
do.
see OSU get it. OSU, are you saying OSU?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. The only reason I think OSU pulls this game off, man, because God, God, Cardell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, jeez, man. Yeah, Bo Jackson. I mean, those are just a few of the names to say. And I mean, the you still have on the defense side of the ball, you still got uh Caleb Downs. I mean, in Bosun. I mean, you got these guys. Man, you just got studs on this Ohio State team, man. And I mean, I don't know if Miami is ready for that. I really don't. I really don't
Man,
know.
I'm gonna tell you the only way Miami wins. Because they're not gonna stop Ohio State
Mhm.
consistently. Right? They may get a stop here and there, but consistently no. How they win, they have to literally outscore them. And when I know people well, that's that obviously well. What I mean by that is their offense has to be just as dominant as um Ohio State's offense.
Mhm.
So with that being said, Carson Beck has got to have the game of his life. But I don't think that's gonna happen because Miami is very one dimensional. They rely on one player too much. As great as he is, and as good of a player, and as great of an athlete he is, one player is not gonna get you through Ohio State. No, like everybody has to get involved to beat Ohio State. That
Yeah.
is the only prime example. Indiana, everybody was involved in that game. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, when Indiana beat them, Indiana didn't play like super dominant. They just everybody stepped up when they needed to step up. That's
Mhm.
what I mean by everybody playing. It wasn't just one player. Miami has one player that is consistent, I should say. So Carson Beck has to play outrageously good. Like I mean, not make he has to play like the Carson Beck everyone expected him to be when he became
Mhm.
the starter. at Georgia. That's
Right.
how good he has to play. And on the flip side, Ohio State, the offense, Julian Sand just has to not make the big mistake. As long as he keeps the momentum going in Ohio State's favor, he doesn't have to be Superman. He doesn't have to be a superhero. Just get the ball to your players in space. Make the easy passes. Let them
Yeah.
cook. I
Which is
personally believe
and,
Ohio
and,
State will beat the brakes off
and
Miami.
let's be honest. I mean, the guy has only thrown his lowest was against Texas, and that was the first week. Every other game, this man has averaged over 300 passing yards. Now,
Right.
as far as I'm sorry, he's averaged 256. But if you look at it here, I mean, that next game against Grambling, okay, it's Grambling 306. Ohio, okay, it's Ohio 347. Washington, okay, it's Washington 208. Minnesota 326. Illinois 166. Wisconsin 393. Penn State 316. Purdue 303. Okay,
And
saying these games out loud after the season we
right.
had, Ohio State had a pretty slow schedule. Let's be real here. Ohio State
Right. The schedule was easy as crap. Like I mean, and
had
if I'm
a
being
cakewalk.
honest, if I'm being
Had a
honest,
cakewalk of a
most
season.
most times it's like that. But this year in
Yeah,
particular, most of the
yeah,
teams they played were either trash compared
right.
to the other teams in the playoffs, or they were going through coaching changes. Penn State,
Mm-hmm.
and, a slew of others. But yes, so no wonder when they played
Yeah,
Indiana, they got hit in the mouth, but they still have the
yeah,
talent. That's why I
yeah,
say he just can't be Superman. He just has to let
yeah.
his playmakers make the play because to me, he's just been blessed with good talent around him. He hasn't done anything to make me be like, oh man, that Joker's gonna be a beast. Absolutely nothing to me.
Mhm.
That's just to me. But uh he didn't have to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, you don't have to be that. You just check downs and you know what I'm saying, throw to what's like to the open spot. Let your players make plays. You have arguably one of the best receiving cores. And you have arguably one of the best defenses. So you
Mhm.
don't have to be great. You just have to be, you know what I'm saying? Get the ball to him. That's it.
Just,
Like,
just
and on the
do
other
it.
hand, Carson Beck has to be great because yes, he has talent, but that talent on Ohio State's defense is just as talented. So therefore, you have to throw your guys open, make passes easier for them, not miss open downfield throws, not force a pass that shouldn't have been thrown. Like you gotta be great because you don't have as much talent compared to the talent that you're facing. So yeah, so that's to me that's the difference that I feel for that game. But I definitely think Ohio State on top of that game for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll watch that play out in on Wednesday and see how the outcome of that goes. But man, New Year's Day, my goodness, we got a slate. We got a slate. 12, 4, and 8 o'clock. Let's start off with this 12 o'clock game. Oregon and Texas Tech, my brother. Oregon and Texas Tech. I was just talking about it earlier, man. Oregon has a tall task in front of them with this Texas Tech defense. I mean, man, we're still talking about a very pissed off individual, Mr. Jacob Rodriguez, who feels that he was definitely snubbed out of a Heisman race. So man, I for Oregon's case, I mean they almost fall in the same line as Ohio State. I mean, so much talent, so much talent, so much talent. You got a three-headed snake at running back. You got multiple receivers. You got Malik Benson, Sadiq, DeCorian Moore. So you got guys around you, but the only thing I think this is going to fall on is the offensive front, which is the offensive line, and Dante Moore. Those they have to be in perfect sync. If both of those fall into play, and you're able to get to your receivers, the running game is looking great. there's no reason why this Oregon team can't win this game on New Year's Day. I don't see a reason, but that Texas Tech defense, man, the defense is nasty. The best in the Big 12 for a reason. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm a little at odds, man, because I would love to say, yeah, I think Texas Tech pulls away with this one, but man, the offense just has not really looked great. I mean, because yeah, the offense has not really looked as great. I mean, Morton has started to fall a little bit. Um, yeah, Morton has started to fall off a little bit. Um, the receiving core, so I don't know. I really don't know. I really do not know.
I think this is gonna be one of the best games of the playoffs. And when I
Mhm.
say best games, I mean in the sense of how close it's gonna be. I think these teams are very closely matched. I think
Yeah.
Texas Tech has a great defense. Um, and I think Oregon has a good defense. Not great, but good. I think Texas Tech has a good offense. Not great, but good. And I think Oregon has a great offense. So it's great on
Yeah.
great and good on good, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
um I think this one I personally think this one's gonna come down to coaching.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously execution by players, but I think which coach puts their players in the right positions to win. You know, which one schemes the best for the plays, which one schemes the best for the defense. Like, I think it's gonna be, to me, this game is a chess match. This one's gonna be a chess match. I think this is gonna be the better one out of all of the games. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, but I will say this, man. Just two very evenly matched teams. I mean, just looking at the comparison here, man. I mean, points per game. Texas Tech has put up 42, and Oregon has put up 38. And I mean, both defenses. I mean, Oregon 14 points allowed and Texas Tech 11. So very, very. I mean, two evenly matched teams in my opinion. So it's really going to come down to just whose offense can get it going. I mean, because you can only rely on the defense so much on both sides of the ball. So, I mean, on both sides of the both teams, to say. So I don't know. I really 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 don't know, man. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game come 12 o'clock on New Year's Day. So keep your eyes open. Keep your ears to the streets, as they say, because man, this is going to be a absolute like throwdown of giants. So yeah. All right. Uh, Ty Simpson versus Fernando Mendoza, man. 4 o'clock. Um, can I say it? I want to say it. I don't think Indiana has faced the defense from the SEC, and they haven't. But I still don't think that gives Alabama the win. I don't think so. I don't think
But they've
so.
seen a top tier defense. They've seen a
They've
better
seen
one.
the top two defense, but I don't think they've seen an SEC defense. But also, I don't think Indiana has. Well, they have. They've ran into
Well,
Ohio State, and I mean we've seen how they played against Ohio
well,
State, but mm,
I mean, I can't. Like, I'm a SEC person. Obviously, you know that. But I can't sit here and say they haven't played bump the conferences. They've played a
mhm,
good defense. Bama's defense has not been top tier, regardless of if they're in the SEC or not. Like, I'm gonna call
yep,
a spade a spade. Their defense has not been top tier at
mhm,
all. They got good players, but it has not been top tier. Um, they have moments, but it has not been top tier. Yes, they're in the SEC and things like that. I mean, yes, we know, you know, what is said and what the SEC defense looks like, but Ohio State's defense, their entire defense, could play in the SEC. One of them already has Caleb Downs. So, so they've played a SEC like defense or a good defense, a high caliber defense. I'm not saying that they can replicate it or not replicate it or whatever, but I would go as far as to say I don't think Bama has seen a team like Indiana, a team that on paper they're more talented than, but in the score sheet and on the field they're not better than, because Indiana I think has better coaching. I think they have a better
Right.
system. So you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's not like it's not just about the players, and so it's in the sense of them being good. It's about the scheme. It's about the coaching. It's about putting them in the right positions, making adjustments. Because the players don't make the adjustments; the coaches make the adjustment and implement it into the systems, and the players go execute it. So
Right.
without the coaches making that adjustment, because prime example, I like to bring Georgia up. Prime example, Georgia's not executing first half, right? Who makes that adjustment? Kirby, offensive coordinators. They make that adjustment. And then the players, they execute that adjustment. I think Indiana is similar to that. So, and it's from the Saban tree. So, you still got that different um mentality. So, and this is the boys' first time being on this stage. This is everybody on this team's first time being on this stage. Actually being on the field. So, with Bama just cannot be one dimensional and get and solely focus on Ty Simpson. To me, they have got to find a freaking run game. They have to. They have
Yeah.
to find a run game, because Indiana's coaches are smart and Indiana is gritty. Like, they have to find a run game. Indiana wins this game. I don't think it's by a whole lot, but I definitely think
Yeah.
Indiana wins this game, and I think, you know,
They
Bama's
they they paid attention.
huh?
They paid attention to what happened in Norman, Oklahoma, and I think they don't allow it. They don't allow that to happen a second time in a row for Alabama, and allowing
Right,
Alabama to come back like
right.
they did. So I think I can get behind that. I mean, I just yeah, I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see that happening twice in a row for Alabama. So
Right, their luck is gonna run out because they shouldn't have been.
mhm.
They shouldn't have been in the playoffs to begin with. They should have lost against Oklahoma, but they got the better of them in the end. In like the end. So
Yeah,
at some point, that's gonna run out. That's not sustainable if you don't make the adjustment. And
right.
I've yet to see Bama make an adjustment this entire. The only time I've seen them make an adjustment was from FSU to the second game. Everything else, it's been the same story. They beat Georgia
Yeah,
with that the first time, and then they played them the second time. Game plan was the exact same. So I've
yeah.
not seen many adjustments.
Or and I mean,
And I
teams
still
figure it
stand
out.
by
I mean,
this. Whether they, but
yeah, I'm just saying, teams figure it out. They're going to figure it out.
right, 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 right,
Yeah,
right. And I still stand by this. Regardless if they win it all or not, I don't think Bama's a championship team. Like, I really don't. Not this year. I really don't think they're a championship team. Cause,
yeah,
cause it's too, like, if you watch the Bama games, in my opinion, it's almost like every win they've had feels forced. Like they had to give like everything in the tank to win it. You know what I'm saying? And and to me, that just feels like a team fighting for its life and hoping it. You know what I'm saying? Gets on the other side because they rely so much on Ty Simpson, so much, literally. When you got your quarterback yelling at the coaches like, no, keep giving me the ball. They make him have to do so much. So much. Like prime example, had they not done like they had other players step up and had a balance or whatever, the Iron Bowl would have been completely different. Ty Simpson willed them to win that Iron Bowl. Like literally, he has to do so much. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that happens. I really think Indiana wins that one. So I still if Bama ends up winning and at it, that's cool. I still, even if they win it, I don't think they're a championship team. I would just, if they win it all, I would just think they got hot at the right time and they just figured something out at the end. But they still not a championship team to me. You know, that's just my opinion. You know, I've watched football a long time. I've seen a lot of teams. LSU, we knew out the gate when they got hot. This is a championship team. Georgia,
Yeah.
them first two championship. Me personally, I was like, yeah, this is a championship team. The Bama teams, yeah, bro, this is a championship team. And then some of the opponents that they face, like, yeah, this is a championship caliber team. This is a team that could win the championship. I don't see that.
Yeah.
I don't see that with them. I just don't see the grit, the fight. I don't see. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't see that. Even with Ohio State last year, even though they lost the 2 games, you still saw that grit, that fight, that
Yeah.
that I
And
don't know, man. It's just I can't explain it.
and
But
for
yeah,
and
I just
for and I'll be honest with you. And for the reasonable fans who you can actually sit down and talk to, like I know some very reasonable Alabama fans that I can genuinely have a conversation with, and they'll tell you this isn't a championship game. I mean, a championship team. Like the way we play this season has not been to par. It's not been the standard that we're accustomed to. And agree, and I get it. Things are going to be different, especially having a new coach, having a new system, having new players, this and the third. But when you step into Bryant Denny Stadium at Saban Field, when you wear that A on your helmet or that number on your helmet, because y'all don't wear logos, you got to come with it. And they just haven't came with it this season. So you know. But yeah, I've been saying it, and I mean, we said it before they played in the SEC championship, and they lost, and I mean that kind of proved our point even more that this team just has not been playing up to par. So this isn't something that we just started saying, just to hear ourselves talk or just to pick at Alabama or just because we're Georgia and Auburn fans. No, like this is something where we watched them play the same game y'all have watched and said, nah, that's just not it. You know what I'm saying? And so you play a team a second time around and you only get 7 points. That's a problem. So I mean, we'll see on New Year's Day what they have to offer against Indiana. So, but yeah, let's move on to this 8 o'clock game, man. The Dogs versus the Rebels, a team that we've seen. I mean, we've seen again, and so she just want to talk to her daddy, man. She want.
Jackson. I've told you I'm doing the podcast right now. I'll be out in a second.
She, listen, she
Huh? Okay. Okay. Thank you for telling me that information.
But yeah, man, Rebels and the Dogs, man. A few notes just before this game transpires, man. Colbie Young is probable this game. I mean, listen, if you know Colbie Young, you know Colbie Young. This man unfortunately took a huge hit. Um, in the Ole Miss game and was out for the remainder of the season. So having him back this game is kind of like a bittersweet moment and also a revenge moment, for him to kind of go off this game. Now, I'm not expecting a lot of productivity out of him, but from the looks of it in practice this week, I mean, he's been going full contact. He's been going, so I definitely think his status come game time, he should be ready to go. Also, On the other side of things, Ole Miss, I know their running back is not looking too hot to play. Lacey. Um, yeah, I think that was it from just the injury report. Just really big key guys. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to see Ole Miss again. I enjoy what I see out of Trinidad Chambliss. I mean, a guy that can not only throw the ball, but he's a great running. And I know we struggle against running quarterbacks. But this was the game that Georgia actually peaked. Like this is when this is when we saw our defense really step up, and really play like Georgia brand football. I mean, so the score may have said differently, but man, from what we saw,
In what
like
game?
Georgia when we played Ole Miss, that was a
You
close
said your
game when
defense
we played Ole
stepped
Miss.
up, like
Yeah, the defense stepped up that game.
right. So then, how did
Or
your defense? This and
our defense. That's
you
when
said it started
we
looking
had
like
a Georgia
you said that's
football.
when
We
your
started playing
defense looked absolutely not. They
subpar.
put 30 some points up on y'all.
They still played a
That
well-rounded game.
if that's Georgia standard, then y'all need to go back to the drawing
It
board.
wasn't.
No,
It's not the.
I
It
can't
was.
agree with
It
you
was
on that
definitely
one.
not the standard. No. I take that back. That was the game we realized our offense was the problem, but the defense was the problem. I'm sorry. You're right. Yes,
Okay, I was about to say,
that's
bro,
when we
because I'm like,
turned.
bro, like,
That's,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
hey, I'm about to say,
That's when we turned.
I ain't no genius, but
Listen,
I
that's
mean, a
when we
team put
turned
up
our
34
hatred.
points on you. Yeah.
We we turned our hatred from Mike Bobo to Glenn Schumann. That's what it was. Yeah. So we realized the defense was
Okay.
the issue,
Then
not the
then I
offense.
can.
Yes. Yes. But our offense had a
I can
great
rock
game
with that
though.
better.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I was about to
Our
say,
offense was yes.
cause
Yes.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah.
cause
But since then, both sides of the ball have looked really well. So we started to come together that game
oh
as
yeah,
far as offensive
absolutely,
wise. Yeah. So
yeah, absolutely,
but yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
I'm excited
I
for
couldn't let you go
I'm
through with that one.
I'm excited for this game again. A familiar face that we've seen already this season. Colbie Young comes back. I know the guys are super excited to see this one. I mean, dude, there's a video on social right now of both teams actually running to each other on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. And, they're jaw jacking at each other and going at it. So this is going to be a very fun game come New Year's Day. Um, but yeah, man, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. Um, I think, New Orleans almost needs to have a just play set in for Georgia. I mean, this is our second time heading down to the Sugar Bowl. I mean, we faced off against Notre Dame last year in New Orleans. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Colbie Young does. I'm excited to see how him and Branch and dang, but that means we probably won't see Noah Thomas a lot this game. That sucks.
Who
So
knows?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's
I don't know what
playoffs.
the
You never
rotation.
know what's
Yeah, I don't know what the rotation looks
yeah.
like. I can't even say what Mike Bobo has in store, but I just know, man, defense has to bring it. Defense cannot allow 30 points again this game, having us in a panic. So hopefully the boys realize what they have up, at stake right here, and yeah, and really bring it and go full out and go, guns blazing coming into New Orleans. So I'm excited. I'm just excited, man. I'm excited. We've waited for so long for this game, for these games or the second round to happen. You know what I'm saying? Especially having to buy. So yeah, man. I'm just really ready to go. I'm ready to see what these boys on both sides of the ball, and especially, excuse me, Ole Miss versus Georgia. I mean, this is a game of very massive proportions because this game we could be seeing Ohio State again, next round. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see what this game has to offer and who pulls it out. So yeah, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Colbie Young is coming back. Just think about that. That's crazy to think about. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I got,
yeah,
brother.
yeah,
That's all I got.
yeah. I think that yeah, that's it. I mean, I think Georgia is gonna pull this one out. You know, I always say it's hard to beat a team twice, but they don't have Kiffin this time. Not to say that their new coach is a slouch or whatever. He's familiar with them. Obviously, he's been there. But yeah, I don't think I just don't think that it's the same Georgia team that they played early in the season. I think Georgia figured themselves out, figured out their identity, what they need to do. They changed their schemes up, and to fit what they do best. So I hope it's a game like last time because we have yet to see that kind of game this playoff. So yeah, so I mean the best game we've seen up to this point really was the Bama game, and and that was ugly. So yeah, I hope it's a good game like last time. I hope definitely we get to see the offenses thrive, the defenses thrive. I just hope it's not a blowout, you know. But I definitely think it's going Georgia's way, even though I'm hoping it's not. But I think realistically, I think Georgia pulls this one out. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got, man.
Well, yeah, man. I think that's a perfect place to close. And yeah, man. We hope that you guys have had a phenomenal holiday break and enjoy your New Year's. Man, bowl season has been so far so good. Some people may think differently. That's okay. Just enjoy the football. But yeah, man, college football playoffs is back upon us. We are so happy that you guys have been able to hang out with us this season, and we're looking forward to being able to bring some people on who've actually experienced the college football season and talk about them, and talk with them and their experiences, and talk a little bit about how next season looks in the transfer portal and coaching carousel and many other things. And truthfully, by that time, we might be getting into some March Madness. So I think that's a perfect way to kind of dive into the college basketball season and just kind of wrap up with some things there and just talk about some of the things going on in college basketball. So yeah, so let's keep playing some football. I think that's the perfect way to transfer into things. So that's all I got. Yeah, y'all, we'll see y'all. We will see y'all. We will see y'all. My brother, hey, take it home, man.
Man, appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. We almost at the end of the season. Hate to see it, but we will be around. We'll be talking about some basketball soon. So we appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Rock with us for a couple more weeks with the playoffs and all the way up into March Madness and the off season. We're gonna keep y'all posted. But we appreciate y'all rocking with us. But in the meantime, between time, tell your friend, tell their cousin, tell their auntie, mama, sister, brother, them that College Scout Podcast where it's at. Y'all check us out. But we got bills to pay.
Wake up, I gotta go get it. Wake up, I